Helps us stop and go. Wow, I really love it. You shouldn't just enjoy the day, you should also remember. To conclude, Memorial Day is important because it reminds us to stop and honor the brave soldiers who gave their lives for our country. It's a time to be thankful for the freedom we have and to remember the people who made that possible. We should never forget their sacrifices to the world to make sure we live a safe and happy life. Miss Olivia Liu in the 5th grade. Let's give her a round of applause for that. I love being here on this day because it helps remind us and helps us to teach our next generations what it's like to be members of the greatest country in the history of the world. Thank you for allowing me to participate today. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Queen Borough President Donovan Richards.
Thank you, Commander, and of course, said be short, so I'm going to be brief, be sincere, and be seated. But I want to start by thanking, of course, all of our members of service. And of course, you know, during this period in history, as we look at conflict around the world, we're reminded that freedom isn't free, that there are those who went on to pay the ultimate sacrifice for us to enjoy the very freedoms we have in this country. And on this Memorial Day, I'm also reminded that we all have to recommit ourselves to fighting for a more perfect union. It's no strange thing during this moment to speak of certainly many of the values that members went into harm's way to fight for us are certainly under attack. We have to do everything we can to preserve our democracy, to preserve freedom of speech, because guess what? When people went into harm's way, they didn't go in because they were Democrats or Republicans. It wasn't a partisan issue. They fought and died on behalf of us for the greatest nation on the face of this earth. So we have to do everything we can to make sure that we are fully funding our VA hospitals. We've seen some challenges there. We have to make sure that our 9/11 survivors get the respect and the funding that they need as they went into harm's way. We have to also ensure that those who went into harm's way in Afghanistan and Iraq, that they're remembered as well. It's one of the reasons Mayor Adams and I announced a $5 million memorial, which will be erected right in Whitestone to honor all of those heroes who died in harm's way at 9/11 during Iraq and Afghanistan's conflicts. So Queens is certainly the home of more veterans than anywhere in the world, anywhere in the city. And we want to make sure that we continue to honor those who we've lost here. You know, you look at the liberty and justice for all. We have to make sure that we are preserving liberty and justice for all in the most diverse county in the United States of America. With that being said, may God bless you. May God bless all of the families and all of the widows and family members who went into harm's way, who lost their family members, who went into harm's way as well. May we remember their families on this day as well, our Gold Star wives especially. With that being said, may God bless you. May God bless the United States of America.
Please welcome to the stage New York City Councilmember Lynn Shulman.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I was going to say, you know, I had written it's a beautiful day today. The sun went in, but it's still a beautiful day, isn't it? Because we're all here today. I want to thank Michael Alcati, Post Commander for American Legion, Continental Post 1424, the Kiwanis Club, and all the sponsors of this great parade. Every year I talk about that I come from a family of service members. I'm particularly proud, Bernadette, of my aunt who served in the Women's Army Corps in World War II. So women have been very important in the military in our country. I want to congratulate all the Grand Marshals today, particularly Edwin Wong and an NYPD officer, Christopher DeSantis from the 112th Precinct, for being the Grand Marshals and everybody else today. And also, Edwin Wong is a sponsor of today's event, so that's amazing. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt once said, "Those who have long enjoyed such privileges as we enjoy forget in time that many have died to win them." That is why today, for Memorial Day and every day, we remember and owe our eternal gratitude to those who not only have given the ultimate sacrifice, but also our wounded warriors who battle every day overcoming their injuries. We also owe the Gold Star families our gratitude for their sacrifice, as it is never easy losing a loved one, and I hope they know that their loss will never be forgotten. There's two things I want to mention. One is for Valentine's Day this year, my staff collected over 300 letters from local schools to veterans, and we brought them to the American Legion Post, and they were sent out to veterans in the armed forces. So I was very happy about that. And also, the council passed in the last budget funding to make sure that every city council district has a veteran from the Office of Veterans Affairs that will be there once a month to help the veterans. And Michael O'Carty is somebody that we're working with on that. And we haven't, the Department of Veterans Affairs is still putting together some of the logistics around that, but we're hoping that Michael will work with us on that in this district. And I'm so happy to be here every year. This is my favorite parade, and I want to thank everyone. And by the way, I want to echo what a Congresswoman said. I work bipartisan too. Not everyone in the City Council does that. I work with my bipartisan colleagues on resolutions affecting veterans, and so this is something that's really important, and I want to thank everyone and congratulate everyone here. And look, the sun is starting to come out, so we're going to march soon. Thank you.
Great job, Councilmember, getting the sun back out. Before I call up our final speaker, I do want to recognize other people in the audience but we won't have an opportunity to speak because we're running out of time. Thank you, Assembly Member David Warren, for being here. Thank you for coming. The captain of the 112 precinct, thank you for coming. Now, welcome to the podium, our local favorite, District Attorney Linda Katz.
Good morning. It's 150th anniversary of the U.S. Army and the Marines, the 110th anniversary of the Coast Guard, the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II, and the 75th anniversary of the start of the Korean War. I simply wanted to put today in perspective. I walked down the block to come here today. Always happy to do that. I moved 3 blocks, I think, since last year. I'm not sure I talked about that. I am the DA of Queens County now. It is my job to keep people safe in the streets of our county. It's my job to make sure that there is accountability. It's my job to try and keep people safe. But when I can't do that, it's my job to make sure that people that don't keep us safe are held accountable for those crimes. But I couldn't do that were it not for the men and women who fought for this country. I couldn't do that were it not for the fact that so many people said goodbye to their family members and raised children on their own and waited for their loved ones to come back through the door. I know I couldn't do it without them. I know I couldn't do it without so many of the veterans that are serving here today. I want to thank 1424 and of course our Commander Arcardi for the work that he does. As a DA, it's not only my job to keep people safe, it's also my job to make sure that if a veteran gets caught up in the criminal justice system, that there are veterans treatment courts to make sure that they are accounting for what they are going through, and to make sure that even though we want accountability, we also want help and service. It's also my job as a 59-year-old elected official. Yes, I'm 59, I'll be 60 this year. My kids are 14 and 17. I'll be a grandmother when I'm 125. You don't know about that? I know about that, President Richards, I'll tell you that. But it's also my job to make sure people never forget. It is the reason we have the Vietnam Veterans Memorial at the old Elmhurst Gas Tank Park. Because I remember being a very young girl and seeing our Vietnam veterans coming home, and nobody said thank you, and nobody was happy about it. and nobody said welcome home, and I wanted to make sure that I officially said welcome home to the Vietnam vets, a generation, by the way, who never lets another generation of veterans be forgotten. That is amazing. They were almost forgotten when they got home, and they didn't let anyone else forget when other vets came home from serving. So to the Vietnam vets, I feel a personal attachment. Welcome home. I want to thank our honorees. I know Bernadette was there at our memorial a few days ago, but to all the honorees, Kathy and our officer, of course, and Edwin Wong for his civil service. It is amazing. I will end with this. I love this neighborhood, and I love this community. It is the reason when I decided to move, I moved 3 blocks, because I never wanted to leave this area. But there are a lot of people still fighting for us throughout the world, and we forget that sometimes. The only reason I can put my kids to bed safe every single night is because men and women are still fighting across this world to make sure that we are safe at home and that we still can be with our kids and put them to bed every night safely. So I want to just end with this. God bless them, God bless our neighborhood, and God bless the men and women who are still fighting for us all over the world.
And on that note, if you turn to my left, I would like you to recognize the U.S. Marines sailors from the USS New York and U.S. Coast Guard members from the USS Calhoun. It means a lot to this community that you are here to show what it means to sacrifice. And on that note, as a tradition, to honor the branch of the military, we play the official hymns of each branch. Please welcome back the Scooches, and for you veterans and those in uniform, if you hear your hymn, I want to hear some noise. The Army!
It's on the wall. Studying to be a doctor. So she finished a 2-year thing. 2 years. So she moved off campus after the first year. She got in the morning. I was going down there June 8th. Grenades, you know, so it's not. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
American Legion Continental Post 1424 in the Memorial Day Parade, leading the pack from Forest Hills. officials for the Forest Hills Metropolitan Avenue Memorial Day Parade. Let's give them all a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Here come our Grand Marshals. New York City's police band, the men and women of the Pride NYPD, here to entertain us at Metropolitan Area of Forest Hills for the Memorial Day Parade. Give a hand to the men and women of the NYPD police band. Metropolitan High School Army Junior ROTC coming up strong. Ladies and gentlemen, our military coming up strong. Ladies and gentlemen, the Congresswoman right here is saluting our veterans and everybody for Memorial Day. Grace Meg, hello Grace, how are you today? Russell Page High School 190. Hey Joe, let's do it. Asian Association, ladies and gentlemen, coming up down Metropolitan Avenue. Achilles International, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a big shout out and a big round of applause. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen's Borough President Dominant is right here, Richardson. Let's give him a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the future. Scouts of America, Troop 427. Let's give them a big shout out. This is our future coming down Metropolitan Avenue. Troop 427. Scouts, Boy Scouts, White Balloons, they're all coming down. Act 96, Forest Hills, New York. And coming up strong is the Girl Scouts of Borough, New York. Troop number 4587 and 4623. Let's give the Girl Scouts a big round of applause. And we've got their 631 coming up strong. 2835-2568 and 2389. The Girl Scout troops right here in Forest Hills. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up strong, more and more, each and every one our future coming down Metropolitan Avenue. Strays, adopt, rehabilitate. Let's take care of our fine, poorly friends. Do the right thing for the right reason.
That's my friend Stancy. Say hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, Northwell Health. Let's give them a round. All right, day, Forest Hills. They keep you safe, they make you happy, and they keep you healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Goddard Players, acting and singing sensations right here. This is the musical theater for all of your kids. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for the men's club of Forest Hills, CRT, and the women's club right behind them. Yeah, they got the biggest, they got the prettiest, and they got the loudest. Come on, girls, shout it out. And the Forest Hills, CRT, he's here. GSC marching band, ladies and gentlemen. The band sheet canvas is here. Let's scream it out loud. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for celebrating Memorial Day here in Promise Hills on Metropolitan Avenue. The Golden Family Life to give homage to the men and women of this great nation. Happy Memorial Day to all. Stay safe, be healthy.